Standing by to pick up the count now in 15 seconds. NASA Launch Director Jim Harrington has given a go for launch.
Pick up T-minus 9 minutes and 10 seconds.
Countdown clock will resume on my mark. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark.
Yeah, we're now at T-minus 9 minutes and counting.
Sequence has been initiated.
Ground launch sequencer now controlling.
Yes, go ahead.
I give you step 1000, stable bay for explore rate is set for launch.
Copy.
Ground launch sequencer will check over 1,000 different parameters between now and launch time to make sure that nothing falls out of predetermined limits. It appears that we will have an on-time launch at 2:46 this afternoon.
TLT, OTC. Configure fuel cell essential bus source switches. That's in work.
And OTC, PLT, essential buses are connected.
Copy.
Major activity. In about half a minute, we'll begin retracting the crew access arm, the orbiter access arm.
TLS's go for orbiter access arm retract.
This arm can be moved back up into position against the orbiter in the event of emergency in only about 30 seconds.
JRPS, OTC.
JRPS.
Start APU script chart recorder.
I copy. OTC, this is JRPS. Script chart recorder is running.
Copy.
At T-minus 31 seconds, the ground launch sequencer will hand off to Atlantis's, or rather Columbia's onboard computers, and it will control the final 31 seconds of the countdown.
Copy, in work.
We're now into the auxiliary power unit pre-start procedure. T-minus 6 minutes and counting. We're preparing now to start the flight recorders, which will begin.
CPLT APU pre-start complete. 2 drain 1 barber pole as expected.
Copy.
Reports APU pre-start complete. T-minus 5 minutes and counting.
TLS's go for orbiter APU start.
TLT, OTC. Perform APU start.
Copy, in work.
Pilot Steve Lindsay now flipping switches in the cockpit to start the auxiliary power units.
CDR, OTC. Reconfigure heaters.
CDR, that's in work.
We've now activated the firing chain.
OTC, CDR, heater reconfig's complete.
Copy.
And OTC, LTC CDR, APU start, or PLT, APU starts complete.
Copy.
And in about 10 seconds, we'll start the main engine helium purge sequence, preparing for main engine start.
TLS is go for purge sequence 4.
And we'll now be checking the flight controls, the aerosurfaces of Columbia, running them through their profiles to be sure they're ready for launch. We can see the rudder here moving. Vehicle now on internal power. 3 main engines now being gimbaled or moved through their ascent flight profile. All systems in Columbia are go. T-minus 3 minutes and counting. Now pressurizing the liquid oxygen portion of the external tank.
PLT, OTC, clear caution and warning. Memory and verify no unexpected errors.
Copy, and word.
The gaseous oxygen vent hood, or the Cox beanie cap, now being lifted and retracted.
OTC, PLT, caution warnings clear, no unexpected errors.
OTC, copy. Columbia, OTC, close and lock your visors. Initiate O2 flow. Have an international Thanksgiving, and may the roll go your way.
Thank you very much.
T-minus 2 minutes and counting. Terminating liquid hydrogen replenishment. Pressurizing the hydrogen tank. T-minus 90 seconds and counting. Sound suppression water system on the launch pad now armed. Now we'll release water at the rate of 900,000 gallons a minute at T-minus 16 seconds. We're at T-minus 1 minute and counting. Turning off the solid rocket booster joint heaters. And we're making a final check of the solid rocket booster commands. Liquid oxygen and liquid hydrogen fill and drain valves are closed. Tank strut heaters are off. Payload bay vent doors are positioned. Standing by to hand off to Columbia's onboard computers. Columbia now controlling.
25. 20.
Firing chain is now armed.
15. 10.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Engine start. 5, 3, 2, 1. And liftoff of Space Shuttle Columbia on a mission combining science and the practical aspects of space.
Roll program, Houston. Roger, roll, Columbia.
Houston now controlling. Roll maneuver complete. Columbia now in a heads down, wings level position, headed to a 150 nautical mile orbit, inclined 20.5 degrees to either side of the equator. 3 engines on board Columbia now throttling back to 67% of rated thrust as the orbiter passes through the area of maximum aerodynamic pressure in the lower part of Earth's atmosphere. Three engines now ramping back up to 104%.
Columbia, go at throttle up.
Columbia's 3 liquid fuel engines are now back at full throttle, 104% of rated thrust. Altitude now 11 miles, downrange distance 8 miles. One minute, 30 seconds into flight, with more than 2.25 million pounds of propellant having already been consumed, Columbia now weighs half of what it did at liftoff. Standing by for the next major event, which will be the burnout and separation of the twin solid rocket boosters. That coming up in a little more than 2 minutes into the flight. Altitude now 20 miles, downrange distance to KSC 19 miles. Booster officer confirms good separation of the solid rocket boosters.
Columbia, performance is nominal.